Hey guys, so in this video we'll be going through how to rearrange formulas. So what I'm going to do essentially is I'm going to build you guys up from the basics. I'm going to start from the basics of the basic and get you guys to understand how to do that, and then I'll give you guys some questions. And then essentially we're going to go through each different levels. Now do not worry if you don't understand any of the algebra, or if you're a complete amateur, even people that have no idea with algebra. I'll make sure that you guys understand this. Okay, so I'm going to build you from the basics, and then we're going to get to the even the harder ones, and hopefully at the end of this video you are going to be able to do these kind of questions. And I'll tell you something, if you're able to do these kind of questions, the algebra side of things will become a lot easier for you guys, because this is just all algebra. So yeah, hopefully this will work out for you guys. And if this video has helped you, just put it down in the comments that it's helped you out, so I know it has, and give it a thumbs up to support this channel. So let's get straight to it. So this is the basics. So we've got two questions here, right? And I'm going to start off with the basics, and I'll show you how this works. So the bracket, what it means is basically we want to make B the subject and we want to make U the subject. So let's look at the first one. So when they say make B the subject, or anything the subject, it basically means you want the letter B at the end and you want to say B is equals to. So your answer should be at the end B is equals to, right? So that's what it means here when it says B in the bracket. So what we're going to do first is very simple. I'm going to keep X here, and I'm going to expand this. So I'm going to say T times B. So T times B is just going to be TB, right? You're just going to bring them together. And then T times minus 2 is going to be minus 2T, right? Now remember, I want to make B the subject. So we can rewrite this, because I know people don't like minuses, so I'm going to make this easy. So we can rewrite this as TB minus 2T is equals to X. It's the same thing, right? If you think about it, all this is just written on the left and X is on the right. Now, because I want B on the left-hand side, I'm going to keep TB here and this X here, and then this minus 2T, because there's nothing there that's B related, I'm going to move it to the right side. So that's just going to be plus 2T. Remember, whenever you move something from one side to the other, the sign changes. People always forget this, but if you just remember that one rule, it will help you guys a lot. So minus 2T becomes 2T. And now because I want B by itself, I need to get rid of this T, right? Now this is T times B. So what is the opposite of times? Divide, right? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to say X plus 2T over T, and that is essentially your answer. That's you making B the subject, right? Not too difficult when you see it like that, right? All you're doing is just move one term at a time, and then once you get that, you'll be able to get to your answer. So again, if you need to write this note, just stop the video, write it again, write the notes if you need to, and then play it back so I can go through the next one. So for the next one, we want to make U the subject. So again, what we're going to do is I'm going to say 5C is equal to, I'm going to expand this, so T times U squared is just going to be TU squared, because I'm bringing them together. And then T times minus 5 is minus 5T, okay? So again, what we can do, we can rewrite this as TU squared minus 5T is equals to 5C, right? It's the same thing. Now remember, because you want U as a subject, move this minus 5T to the right-hand side. So that's 5C plus 5T, right? Because the sign changes. And now U squared stays by itself, but get rid of this T. So the only way I can get rid of this T is by dividing by T. Now, the only difference here is you have U squared, right? So you need to get U by itself. Now, the only way you can get U by itself is getting rid of the square. And the only way you can get rid of the square is square rooting the whole thing. So if I do square root the whole thing and I say 5C plus 5T over T, that is essentially making U the subject. Okay, pretty simple, not too difficult, I hope. So make some notes if you need to. And what I'm going to do on the next one is I'm going to give you guys some questions for you to try out. Okay, guys, so here are some questions for you to try out. Try them out and then play the video again so you'll be able to see the work solutions. Right, so if we want to make A the subject, if you know, we're going to straight away just expand this. So that's just going to be TA minus 2T. And remember, we can rewrite this as TA minus 2T is equals to 4X. And now we keep the TA here, move the minus 2T to the other side. So that's just going to be 4X plus 2T. But because I want A by itself, I need to get rid of this T. And the only way I can get rid of this T is divided by T. And that should have been your answer. Now for this next one, we want to make D the subject. So we're going to again expand this. So we're going to say 2VD squared minus 10V, right? Now, because I want D the subject, we can rewrite this as 2VD squared minus 10V is equals to 5T. And now we keep 2VD squared on the left and move the 10V on the right. So that gives us 5T plus 10V. Now D squared will be by itself, and then we're going to have 5T plus 10V divided by 2V, right? Now the final step to get the squared out from D, we're going to square root it. So that's 5T plus 10V over 2V. And that should have been your answer. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to another example, which is a bit more advanced. So the level is just going to rise up a bit. Okay. Right, so here's the questions for the second part of the example, where you can see it's slightly different here, right? Now, if we look at the first one here, which is saying making x a subject. Now, if you remember before, we only had one set of x on one side, right? But now you can see you have two sets of x on both sides. So again, the first step we're going to do, watch this, very easy. We're going to expand this. So we're going to say 4x minus 4c, right? Because I'm just expanding, timesing them together. Equals, expand this, 2 times b, 2b, 2 times 3x, 6x. Now remember, because I want x to be the subject, I need to move all the x's on the left-hand side. So I'm going to say 4x, move this 6x to that side, which is minus 6x. Keep this 2b here. Now move this minus 4c on the right-hand side, becomes plus 4c. Now 4x minus 6x is minus 2x is equals to 2b plus 4c. Right? Now, because I want x by itself, I'm going to divide all of this by minus 2, because the minus 2 needs to be gone. So really, we can simplify this if we want. So we can do 2 divided by minus 2, which is minus 1. So that gives us minus b plus, not plus, 4c divided by minus 2, which is minus 2c. So that would be your answer, essentially. Now, just quickly on this, right? Say, for example, on this line, right? Because I just noticed something. Say you have, when you expanded it, but you have something like this, 4xt, for example, plus 3x, right? A, for example, is equals to 2b plus 4c, right? And you still want to make the x a subject. Now, what you want to do here, because you can't simplify, what you can actually do is factorize, take x out. So what you end up is having 40 plus 3a is equals to 2b plus 4c. So then what your x is going to be is 2b plus 4c divided by 40 plus 3a, right? If that makes sense. So if you have something like this, always know you just have to factorize. That's it. Now, on this second one here, what we're going to do, now we have a fraction, right? So whenever you see questions like this where it's fraction, the first thing you want to do and always do is cross multiply. That's it. The first thing is cross multiply. So what I'm going to say, it doesn't matter which order, we're going to say 2c times 2b minus x is equals to 4 times 3x minus b. So I'm cross multiplying. And if you can look at that, look at this and look at the previous question, right? Look at that, similar layout. That's what we do. We're going to expand this. So if I expand this, I will get 4bc minus 2c times x, which is 2cx or 2xe, it doesn't really matter. 4 times 3x is 12x, and then 4 times minus b, minus 4b. But because I want to make x a subject, I need all the x terms on the left side. So we can rewrite this like this if we want. 2x minus 4b is equals to 4bc minus 2cx, right? So 12x stays on the left-hand side. Move the minus 2cx on the left, which becomes plus 2cx. The 4bc stays here. Now move this minus 4b to the right, becomes plus 4b, right? Because I want only x on the left. So now what we can do is we can factorize by taking x out. So then we'll be left with 12 plus 2c, right? Is equals to 4bc plus 4b. And now my final step is x is equals to 4bc plus 4b divided by 12 plus 2c. And that is how you do this question. Okay, so again, if there's anything you don't understand there, just put it down in the comments. I'll help you guys out. But you can see it's just step by step, and once you get it, you get the answer. It's pretty straightforward. So what I'm going to do now is give you 2 questions for you guys to try out, have a go, and then play the video back again so you can see the work solution. The questions, have a go at them, and then play it back to see the work solutions. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to expand these straight away. So we're going to say 5xb, and then 5x times minus 2t is minus 10xt. Let's expand 3 times 5t, which is 15t, and then 3 times 3b, which is 9b. But because I want b the subject, this 5xb stays here. Move the 9b to the left side, which becomes minus 9b. 15t stays here, and then move minus 10xt to the other side, which is plus 10xt. Now, because I want b, take b out, factorize it, so you're left with 5x minus 9 is equals to 15t plus 10xt. Now, the final step is b is equals to 15t plus 10xt over 5x minus 9. That's the answer that you should have got. Okay, next one, remember, fraction, cross multiply, first step. So 2t times 5h minus t is equals to 4x times 3h minus b. Now, expand this. So 2t times 5h is 10ht minus 2t times t is 2t squared equals 4x times 3h is 12xh, and then 4x times minus b is 4xb. So again, just expanding like this, right? When I say times, because I want h on the left hand side, keep this 10ht here, move this 12xh to the left hand side, which now becomes a minus 12xh, minus 4xb stays here, 4bx or 4xb, okay, it doesn't really matter, same thing. And then minus 2t squared to the other side becomes plus 2t squared. Now you want to take h out because that's what's in common, so take h out, so you're left with 10t minus 12x equals to minus 4bx plus 2t squared. Final step is h is equals to minus 4bx plus 2t squared over 10t minus 12x, and that should have been the answer. Okay, so if you've got this, well done. If not, put it down in the comments. I'd be more than happy to help you guys out. Now the last one is a bit more of the advanced one, okay, which well, actually is the advanced one, but if you've understood everything so far, you'll be able to understand this next one, the final kind of question on this topic. So I'm going to show that to you right now. Okay, so as you can see now, we have fractions on top of fractions on top of fractions. So it might look a bit difficult, but it really isn't. And I'll show you exactly how to do this. So we want to make C the subject. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to simplify this fraction using, lowest common multiple. So if we look at the top one, 1 over u plus 4 over c, I need to first find my lowest common multiple between u and c, right? Now, lowest common multiple between u and c is just going to be uc. That's it, nothing else. All we're going to do now is we're going to cross multiply. I'm going to do 1 times c, which is c, plus 4 times u, which is 4u. That's it. That's how you simplify the fraction. That's all it is. Now, put equals to 2 over g, right? Now, because you want to make c the subject, we need to cross multiply, right? Remember, second example that we just did, cross multiply. So we're going to say g bracket c plus 4u, because we're timesing that by that, and then 2 times uc, which is 2uc. Now, expand the bracket, so that's going to be gc plus expand the bracket, which is 4 gu is equals to 2uc. Now, because you want the c's on the left hand side, keep gc here, move the minus 2uc to the left side, and then this 4gu, I don't need this, so move that to the right side, so 4gu should be minus 4gu. Now c is in common here, take c out, so you're left with g minus 2u is equals to minus 4gu. Now the final step is make c the subject, so c is equals to minus 4gu divided by g minus 2u, and that is your answer. I've seen these questions going for 5 marks, by the way, right? So once you get it, very, very easy marks, right? So what I'll do, actually, I'll just write a question here for you guys to try out here. So let's say 2 over b minus 5 over t is equals to 3 over u, and I want you guys to make b the subject of this equation. So have a go at this. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to first find the lowest common multiple. So that's going to be bt, right, between b and t, and then cross multiply. So that's going to be 2t, and then cross multiply, minus 5b is equals to 3 over u. And if you remember, cross multiply now. So u times 2t minus 5b is equals to 3 times bt, which is 3bt. Expand this, 2ut, u times minus 5b minus 5ub is equals to 3bt. Because I want b the subject, well, to be fair, we can rewrite this way as well, just so that you guys don't get confused or annoyed with the minuses. So this is the same thing. Keep the 3bt here, move the minus 5ub to the other side, becomes plus 5ub equals to 2ut. But because I want b the subject, take b out. So that's 3t plus 5u equals to 2ut. So b is equals to 2ut over 3t plus 5u. You're dividing it, and that's it. That's your answer. So that's pretty much it, guys. That is really rearranging equations or formulas in a nutshell. So if you're able to do all of this stuff, that's it. The algebra should be you should be able to understand algebra a lot more. So hopefully this has helped you guys out. Put it down in the comments if it has. A thumbs up would be really greatly appreciated. It means I know it's working. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys on the next one.